In this section, let's talk about academic records. Now we can look at academic records right here, but we have to be sure that we have initialized the term before we proceed with that. So for the purpose of this, you can see the current academic year has been set to 2023. The term is term 2 and it is not a promotion term or semester. Now the number of days in the term or semester is this, and the next term is actually going to begin on this date. Now this option here tells us that we should include the student conduct on the report card. So let's proceed with the academic records. So we have several options here. What we are going to look at in this section is the staff mark sheet and all mark sheet. The first thing we are going to look at is staff mark sheet. Now staff mark sheet here, you are seeing lower primary and science mark because these two subjects has been assigned to the current logged in user. If you had different subject assigned to a different teacher or instructor, it won't show up over here because this shows only subject assigned to the logged in user or teacher. So let's assume I'm done certain science questions, the students are done writing and I've marked. I now want to upload the scores to AMS. What I'm going to do is to click on this one for science, and you can see it shows us details of that class. And what we need to do is to download the mark sheet. Good. So we now have the mark sheet over here. All we are going to do is to enter the results that we had. So we can see that this is the name of the school, the academic year, term, the program, the student level, and the subject in question. Now in this one here, we are saying that the continuous assessment score, according to the teacher, is over 40 and the exam was scored over 100. Assuming the continuous assessment was marked over 100 and exam over 100, you simply have to change this one. Now the reason why this is important is you cannot enter any continuous assessment score that is more than the value we have here. Likewise, you can enter an exam score that is more than what we have here. So let's assume that the class score was over the term or the semester was graded on 40. So we are saying that this student had maybe 25. Let's push it up a bit. So we just have to save this sheet here. Now that we are done, all we are going to do is to upload it. This one right here. Assuming this is not showing, all you have to do is to click on the science again for it to show up, then you upload that. And this is where is that? Okay, so this is it. This is attendance sheet. I'll just do that and you can see uploaded 6 mark sheet successfully. So immediately you do that, you can find this and this one here. Now this is where you can have a feel of what you just uploaded. So let me click on that. And you can see that this is the instructor, okay. The continuous assessment was scored 50% and the exam score was also scored 50%, but the maximum score a student could get for continuous assessment was 40 and the exam was 100. Now you can see this student here continuous assessment had 25 and we see all of these things here, and these are the exam result for continuous assessment, which is 50%. We do this here, and the exam score, which is also 50%. We do this here, and the total is this, so we can arrange the positions and the grades. So this one here is the class facilitator. Okay, so if you want this, you can do Control and P to print this document here. Now moving on, the other thing here is for the mark statistics. So we can click on this one here to look at the statistics, and we can see that on the average score for the continuous assessment was 28.58, and the exam the average score was this, and the total was this. We can see the mean, the variance, standard deviation up to the third quartile. Now this is the frequency trying to tell us that in the continuous assessment we have one student that scored 0, we have one student that scored 18, and that. So that is actually what we have over here. And in the same way, if you want to do same for mathematics, all you have to do is to click on this one, download the mark sheet for mathematics, then you start entering the figures just like what we did for the science. So let's say let's say this student here scored 40 and scored 68 in the exam. So let me go ahead and upload that here for mathematics, and we can see that this one here has been loaded. So if I should check the mathematics, we can see that we have it here. Let me go back, and if we check the statistics, we can see from the frequency side that we have 2 students that scored 43 in the continuous assessment, and for the total we have 2 students that scored 84. So you can see this is the Marksheet history. So whatever thing is happening over here, we get to see them down here, because this thing here is only going to show for this term and this academic year. Right after then, this will not show, so you can't make changes to it again. All you can see is a history of it. Now this is all Marksheet. So at this section here, you can see Marksheet you have uploaded, that is just for the logged in teacher or instructor. Now all Marksheet here is going to show Marksheet of all instructors over the years. So if you want to look for a Marksheet for a specific instructor, you can actually select maybe this, and then you filter and you're going to see all of these things. If you want to look at the Marksheet for a particular subject, let's say mathematics, let me check this to any staff and say mathematics, and you can see that we have just mathematics over here.